Hey everybody, this is Will, the old entrepreneur. We left off last time. I was starting to talk a little bit about the auction business and the printing business and the pack and ship. We'll kind of go into that a little bit. After I got out of the hydrovac business, I actually didn't get out. I got laid off and they wanted hold me to a non-compete. And I was like, nah, for a year severance package, you'll never hear my name again. And they said they were firm with 3 weeks. I said, well, I'll see you in court. So I went to work for another little company for 12 months. And as soon as that non-compete was over, I went into the auction business 100% at that point. And we built it up. We got over 7,000 email addresses. We've got probably had 150 regular bidders every week. We did everything on high bid. It was, we made some money, but it was all estate sale stuff, So by the time you pick up the stuff, bring it back here, sort it, and all that kind of stuff, you didn't make a whole hell of a lot of money. So I started charging $125 an hour, and that was me, 2 or 3 guys, and a truck, and we would come pick it up. Bring it back here, and then we sort it out. So as time has evolved, we've started doing estate sales at the house to get rid of the big stuff, and then still bringing what's left over back here and selling it on commission, the same commission stratus and on that. And then we would take anything to the dump. So basically, when we leave the house, it's broom swept ready. So. Hold on 1 second here, I gotta start this. Doing a little printing while we're talking. So that's another one little business I started there. So, yeah, the estate sale business is good. It's not a lot of money in it when you're selling everything on auction though. Where you can get $25, $30 for something. On auction, on a retail, you can turn around and get it on you're gonna get about $5-10 on the auction. People shopping auctions are looking for it. So with that being said, we've kind of backed off our online auctions. We sell some on Whatnot, little stuff, but they hadn't been really all that great last time. We got about 1,500 followers. So with that being said, we bring in, it's brought in like 20 grand since I started it back in November, and wasn't real consistent. Not real consistent with it right now either. So I'll push that. One thing I do like about it, I don't have to lot anything. I can do a random pulls. But if you don't keep up with it, it is a nightmare. And let me look at this real quick. Oh yeah, that's gonna come out good. It's gonna come out good. I'll give y'all a little shot of it here in a minute, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more prints after this one to print, and multiples of each one. So not real bad, but it is. Let's see what the time is on it. 8, and then finish one. It's about 10% on each one is how you gauge it. So, but with the auction business and the estate sale business, we kind of got away from the online auctions. Just weren't making enough money on it. I do miss the buyer's premium. That was free money, and but with Whatnot, you don't get that. You don't get any of the shipping. So, but while we were in the auction business, or really running heavy on online, we were shipping a lot of stuff. So. Kid called me up on a Friday afternoon and says, hey, I can show you how to make some money on your shipping. I said, I wish you would. I hate shipping, I wasn't making any money at it. And he starts telling me about his little deal and thing called Shipping Saint, and they cater to auction houses. And we, so about halfway through his little presentation, I said, well, you run a package ship store off of this, couldn't you? He goes, oh yeah, you could. Well, it turns out you couldn't. And this is the way my entrepreneurial brain works, is that sounded like a really good idea when I said it. So I said, hey, you got anybody that knows anything about that business? He said, oh yeah, we have a girl that came from that. And I said, well, if you would, ask her to give me a call. And a couple of days later, she called and told me, said, well, we couldn't really run it under theirs, but we could run it under, we needed to get a postal mate. And Susie said, call first. So I called postal mate. And that boy, they painted a big, pretty picture, but they're selling software. And so I ended up going from there. Then I got in and found Retail Shipping Associates, was an association. You can do your website through it. You can do all kind of stuff through it. So I got on GoDaddy, got a domain name, Pickers Pack and Ship, or packandship.com is what it was, and with 2 P's. That's because I messed up. Most confusing, telling people, it's 2 P's, we put extra P in shipping, you know, and try to use it to our advantage. Then we went to, so we got open, it took forever to get the post office to get on board, and they said they didn't need any extra boxes here. I said, well, that's not your determination. You need to send, just approve who I am, you know, approve it, you know, that I am a legal citizen and all that. Finally got all that taken care of and opened up in about 1.5 years of it. And when the auction business fell off, we didn't, just wasn't enough volume to keep the store open. It was sucking me down. And then I bought all these printers too, which that's kind of hurt too. So, but it worked out pretty good. We were shipping, as long as we were shipping for the auction, we were making 50% and charging $10 to put everything in a box and pack it. It's about what it worked out to, $8-10. We just usually went with $10 and shipped it out, and we were tearing it up. And you know, it was making money at that point. When the auction slacked off and people weren't buying anything or raising hell about the shipping price and all that, then, you know, I think that hurt us too, that we were doing in-house shipping and we were charging more than shipping than what Shipping Saint would have been charging. But getting back to the auctions, once November of last year hit, auctions started falling off. Usually, you know, Christmas time they're slow, and they don't, you know, and then estate sale stuff doesn't. There's not a lot of it available in November, December, and January. It picks back up in February. People don't want to deal with mama's house at that point. So, look at that. So with that being said, we ended up, once we did, we got through that, then I discovered Whatnot on that side, and I ended up getting in it. And while I was on Whatnot, or gotten started on Whatnot, I guess I was doing everything right. This one guy's got like 100,000 followers, sends me a message, hey, we're doing the next 6-figure seller in competition. We want you to get in on it, you know. And I was like, great, give me a call. Well, I never heard from him, and then, but he had already seen my profile and saw what I was doing, and I could do a whole YouTube video on Whatnot, or I could do a series of Whatnot videos. So, but I've learned a lot on it, and it makes a little money. I mean, it does. You know, here again, you're back to the shipping, and you're not making any money off of it, and that's why I hate shipping, because I don't make any money off of it. Because they don't pay you to put it in the box, and everything goes through the post office, which not against guys at the post office, but it can be a nightmare. I bet I've gotten $400 in claims out there, which I've just got approved for some to get my money back. So, but so back in, I guess in March, I got my final payment for 25 from FedEx, where I was a drop-off location, and they had paid me $336 last year. They wanted me to be here from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, and a half 4 hours on Saturday, which we're still here 4 hours on Saturday with the retail, but I was like, man, that's just not worth my time, and I couldn't give a UPS package away. Every now and then I'd throw one in, but you just got a better deal on FedEx. So, and I very seldom send anything to through the post offices unless it's going to ASO or something like that. So ship it through the armed forces, we would do post office then. But we rented boxes. I went out to Texas, bought boxes for the pack and ship store. I bought a wide format printer first, and a company called PhotoZoomer. If you need to get into design work, it's idiot proof. It's made for the individual to walk in and go to a kiosk, and so it's not it's very simple to use. I mean, you can make banners. I made all my window signs and everything on it. You can do window prep on that same printer and everything. So it turned out pretty good. But like I said, I ended up sinking probably about $70,000 into the pack and ship store with all the stuff we needed, all the inventory and everything. And if I broke even, I hadn't even figured it out yet. So, but I went ahead and I shut it down in March, and now people coming out of the woodwork. Hey, I need to mail a package. I still get people coming by here. So I called FedEx and said, hey, can y'all set me up to where I don't have to pay for the software and all that. One thing about the postal business is the pack and ship business is everything is on a subscription. I was paying $1,700 a month in subscriptions, $1,700, a lot of money, and if you're not making any money, then that, it makes it rough. So then I had about $1,800 worth of notes on these printers that I bought, and every printer had to have its own computer and blah, blah, blah. I just got out of it, and then we've turned the warehouse more into retail and selling on whatnot right now, and the cash flow is coming back up, and we'll survive. We're survivors. So I sold half the mailboxes to one guy, and I sold the other half to another guy. I've got to take them to Georgia next week. And next Saturday, so I'll be closed on Saturday, and then we'll open back up. But I sold him some boxes, sold him some mailboxes, sold him a key cutter. And I got a box of blank keys, so I got pretty good money for it, more than I paid for it. Hope he doesn't see this. But yeah, so it's all working out. We're gonna get it all taken care of. And get it and just keep going. We're going to keep clicking along, and we're doing right now. We're doing about $1,000, $1,200 a week in retail out of here, and probably need to be about $4,000 or $5,000 a week to do that. Got a couple buys I'm fixing to bring back in. I had another buy that we took out. We got it in a storage unit. So. And we don't go out chasing storage units for the auctions. If somebody calls us and they got one, we'll go get it. But if they've got it, as far as me going out and bidding on one or going on an auction on one, I'm not. No, I ain't got time. I'm not gonna clean out somebody else's mess, because they don't let you in there to see what's in there. And I heard that people were like stacking them up and putting all these empty TV boxes and just all kind of stuff in there, and all kind of totes, and it was all, everything would be empty, just empty boxes, and people were paying $1,000, $1,500 for the unit and stuff like that. So that's pretty crazy. But with that being said, I wouldn't even do that. So, but hey, I appreciate y'all listening to me and wrapping off about the auction and the pack and ship business. I'll go into a little more detail. I'm going to start a little series on each business that I've done. So I may go backwards, may go forwards, may pull out of the middle. I don't even know how many businesses I've started, but we're going to do that in about 10, 15 minutes worth. So y'all would like and subscribe, help us grow this channel, and see if we can't get something going. Thank y'all very much. The Old Entrepreneur is out.